In relation to concerts, entertainment events, and cinemas, only 50 people are permitted. The same restrictions will apply of late to gyms, sports ground, and public swimming pools. Beaches and public parks will also be open to all activities. On the relief fund, the first wave, and that wave was not without its challenges. Due to the lockdown, many applicants were unable to fulfill the requirements of the criteria set on the open call. The following are some of the challenges experienced whilst implementing the first wave. The non-compliance of applications due to failure to submit the required documentation such as bank statements, tax certificate, proof of cancelled events and other gigs, lack of access to ICT centers, as most of them were not operating during the lockdown period, lack of readiness of the department's IT system also posed some challenges. Issues of language was also raised as one of the areas we needed to look into going forward. Now, on the rollout of the second wave relief fund, the department will be rolling out two processes to implement the sector relief. The first process will include the relief for athletes and all technical personnel in the sports sector, whilst the second process will focus on arts culture sector relief. On sport, it is important to note that on the sports side, the same process used in the first wave will apply this time around. Applicants who are eligible to apply will include athletes, coaches, technical support personnel, and freelance fitness instructors or practitioners. These are applicants who rely solely on income generated from participating in sport competitions, in events and in fitness activities, who operate as freelancers. Only applications who are South African citizens as per Home Affairs official definition will qualify for the relief. Applications for this category of people should be submitted to the applicant's respective national federation. Only applications from fitness instructors or practitioners must be submitted to a portal on department's website. When submitting to federations and sport entities, the federations and sport entities will provide the first line of assurance. These entities will sign off with a recommendation and send all recommended applications to the department for further processing. On the exclusions for sport, registered businesses and employees who work in such businesses may not qualify for this relief. They are encouraged to explore other relief interventions available within government, particularly the Department of Employment and Labour, sport personnel with other sources of income, and those who are employed or on a fixed-term contract do not qualify for the relief. Athletes on fixed-term contracts, these are athletes catered for in terms of contracts entered into with either the federations or the clubs. Sport personnel who benefited from the first wave relief or from any other provincial relief fund do not qualify. It is critical to note that any provision of false information will be treated as fraud and dealt with through appropriate criminal justice system. On the compliance of compliance documents for sport, all applications must be accompanied by the following: certified copy of the South African identity document, date of certification, should not be older than 3 months. Passport or driver's license are not allowed. Valid proof of bank account, detailed bank statements showing income earned from sport competitions, events, activities, and fitness instruction services from March 2019 to February, from March 2019 onwards. If you are an athlete, coach, or technical support personnel, a signed and dated letter from your federation or organization confirming your activities is required. If you are a fitness instructor or practitioner, a letter signed and dated from an institution or organization you provided fitness instructor or practitioner services for, confirming your work. The maximum amount of relief available per applicant is set at 6,600 rands. The department and any of its agencies reserves the right to conduct verification, due diligence, and request additional information prior to providing relief. The department does not endorse the charging of fees for assistance in completing the application forms. Note that a list of all sport beneficiaries who benefited during the first wave will be posted on various department platforms. On arts, culture, and heritage relief, the relief will be available to individuals in the arts, culture, and heritage sector or cultural and creative industries. The categories to be provided with relief will apply only to 1. Performance and celebrations, 2. Music, 3. Festivals and events, 4. Books and publishing, 5. Heritage practitioners. Other practitioners will be covered through the partnership with the Department of Small Business and Development. A joint allocation of 23 million rands has been set aside by both departments to respond to a plea from the Cultural and Creative Industries Federation of South Africa for the craft, design, and visual arts sectors towards relief amid the COVID-19 pandemic. On the exclusions, applications who do not rely solely on the income earned from participating in arts, culture, and heritage activities, arts, culture, and heritage practitioners on fixed-term contracts may not apply. Companies, NPIs, NGOs, group applications, choirs, bands, etc., these will be catered for on the Presidential Employment Stimulus Program. Applicants who benefited in the first cycle of the department's relief fund or its provincial counterparts or any other government relief funding do not qualify. Support sectors such as catering, transport, and accommodation will not be catered for. Those who will be eligible for the relief are practitioners who rely solely on income generated from participating in sports, arts, culture, and heritage activities. As mentioned, practitioners who are dependent on gigs, who are freelancers and independent contractors. Applicants must provide proof of having earned income through arts, culture, and heritage activities. Practitioners will need to prove their applicability in the sector through provision of their profiles or portfolio of work, academic achievements in the sector, and or reference from other prominent practitioners who have been in the field at least for 10 years. Only one application form should be submitted by the applicants either via WhatsApp or through the website, as submitting 2 applications will lead to disqualification. So you use one of the two. All first wave beneficiaries' identity numbers are going to be loaded on both systems, as the system has been made in such a manner that should any of the first wave beneficiaries take a chance and submit an application, the system will then reject it. A list of those who are recommended to be paid and not yet processed will also be loaded onto the system so that upon their submissions, both BASA and National Arts Council systems will reject them. Departmental communication and information platforms will also publish names, as we have been doing all along, of all first wave recipients, serving as a reminder to those initially benefited to not take a chance and submit. The applicants, upon submitting the applications via WhatsApp on the number 087 153 1027, and I repeat 087 153 1027, will get an SMS acknowledging their applications. Should applicants seek clarity and information on their application status, they can call 0800 724 278, 0800 724 278, at no cost. This measure was introduced to further strengthen our communication with all sector applications. Language practitioners who can converse in more than 3 languages will be utilized and will be equipped with all required information. On the Solidarity Fund, the Solidarity Fund has made available 10,000 food or cash vouchers of 700 rand to the department amounting to 7 million rands. The department, working with sector organizations and provinces, to develop a list of practitioners who will benefit from these vouchers. Each province will receive 1,000 vouchers, which can either be redeemed as cash or food. Beneficiaries will be identified as follows: 50% urban and 50% rural areas. The vouchers will be made available to the athlete, artists, freelancers, sport and arts legends. Those that are receiving social grants and UIF will be excluded from benefiting. Our database will be screened through the Department of Social Development to ensure that beneficiaries are not recipients of SASSA grant. The criteria will be what is called the missing middle, people from 14 to 35 and 36 to 59. Active and ex-professional artists, athletes, arts practitioners who are unemployed and have no alternative sources of income. Ex-professional athletes, arts practitioners should have been active for at least a period of 3 years. The criteria also covers technical staff such as coaches, referees, sound engineers, etc. And the voucher receipt process, in terms of the payment process, a list of beneficiaries will be submitted to the Solidarity Fund, who will verify the eligibility of beneficiaries through the SASSA system. An SMS will then be sent to the potential beneficiaries acknowledging receipt of the application. Once verified, the information will be sent to Standard Bank to process the payment, which can be redeemed at the ATM or their agents being SPAR, Checkers, et al. The department will then be notified, and once the process is finalized, the information will be deleted from their system as per POPI Act of 2002. The budget availability is a total, as we said last time, of 77 million rand is set aside for relief, of which 11.5 million rand has been ring-fenced for the contribution, as we said, of the partnership between the department and the Department of Small Business. If the entire amount is to be paid specifically towards beneficiaries and no other costs are considered, the allocation will cover a total of 11,666 practitioners. The relief will be paid at once-off payment of 6,600 instead of 3 staggered payment. This decision was made after consulting the implementing agencies, the National Arts Council and Business Arts South Africa. The approach cut on a lot of administrative processes and time consumption. The role of sector organizations is that we assert that they have to play a big role in raising awareness within the sector, enabling access to information, because they have the advantage of reaching remote and disadvantaged areas. The organizations will assist members with the application process and explore measures to prevent duplication and double dipping. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to officially announce that the second wave of COVID-19 relief fund for the sector is officially open as of the 18th of August 2020. And as you know, we did say that this time around we'll open it and give it a bit of time than we did last time. We are talking here of 14 days that people should be eligible to be applying. And the actual closing date is the 31st of August 2020. To apply, you simply log on and there's an address there. What is important here is that we continue to understand the plight of both the athletes and the creatives in the sector, and we will do everything in our power to ensure that we soften the negative impact of COVID-19 to our people. Thank you very much.